The Drive Pawl feeds the blade each time the handle is pulled. It engages with teeth that are milled on the blade. Over time, the pawl can wear, causing it to slip on the teeth. It can fatigue and break. Replacing the Drive Pawl is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
For safety, I'll begin by removing the blade from the cutter. To remove the blade, first I'll open the blade to the ready position. Now remove the pin, and the blade comes free. Now I'll separate the two halves of the cutter. It's secured with 3 screws. With the two halves of the cutter disassembled, now I can remove the feed handle. Now I can remove the drive pawl. I'll tip the handle onto its side, exposing the retaining ring. There are a couple of different retaining rings used depending on your model. The larger retaining ring can be easily removed with a small screwdriver. You just simply insert the blade of the screwdriver and pry it off. The smaller retaining ring, like our cutter uses, is a little more difficult. You would need a very tiny pair of retaining ring pliers to remove it, and pliers that small are not readily available. A way you can go ahead and remove the ring is to rotate it around so the lobes of the ring are sitting over the recess on the side of the handle. With the ring in this position, now I can insert a screwdriver in the gap between the two lobes on the ring, then I use a small pair of needle nose pliers to open the ring. With the retaining ring removed, now I can remove the pin. I'll use a small screwdriver to push the pin through the housing. As I remove the screwdriver, I'll be careful to not lose the pawl spring. Now I can install the new drive pawl. The drive pawl sits in the handle with the top of the slope pointing towards the top of the handle and sloping down towards the rear of the handle. I'll place the spring inside and underneath the drive pawl with the L bracket sitting against the back of the drive pawl. And I'll secure it in place with the pin. Just as before, I'll work the pin into one half of the handle and one leg of the drive pawl. Then I'll insert the spring, insert the pin through the center of the spring, through the other half of the drive pawl, and the other side of the handle. Now I'll secure the pin with the retaining ring. To install the retaining ring, I find it's helpful to place the handle on a piece of 2x4. This makes it easier to keep the pin from moving in and out as you try to install the ring. I'll place the ring over the top of the pin and use a small screwdriver to work it back into the groove. Now I can reassemble the cutter. I'll place the handle back onto the lower housing, and now I can replace the upper housing. As I replace the housing, I'll need to pull the sleeve into the proper location and tension the spring. To do that, I'll hold it in place in the position it needs to be in when we're done with the assembly. It's going to move as I install the other half of the housing. I'll use a small screwdriver to pull the sleeve back into the spring groove, as well as align the sleeve with the hub on either side of the housings. Once the housings are back together and the sleeve is located on the center hub, I'll resecure the cutter with the screws. And I'll finish up by reinstalling the blade. You'll notice there's a couple of arrows on the blade. You'll want to align those arrows with the 2 arrows on the housing. And slide the blade into place. Then I can secure it with the pin. And now you know how to install a new Drive Pawl in your pipe cutter. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up
And leave a comment.